Assalamu alaikum, my name is Salim Siddiqui and you're listening or watching the HotConflict.com video series talking about the importance of Eid. The Great Eid, or the Great Muslim Festival, where Muslims from all over the world are gathered to pray with their families and celebrate the praises of their Lord and bow their heads in worship to the Lord Most High. And they're doing this all around the world right now. And all of them are facing towards Mecca, the holy house in the Arabian Peninsula that was built by Abraham and his son Ishmael in remembrance of the one true Lord. And we were continuing the story of understanding what are the importance of these issues. And we said we're continuing the story in a way that is strange and different than probably anybody has told you before. And so let's start back again and say, what is the fundamental of faith? Well, the fundamental of faith is what it's always been. It's that there's only one God, right? There's only one God. From the beginning of the story to this point of the story, there has always only been one God. That's a fundamental. The Lord Most High is the one who created you and me and the sun and the moon and the stars and everything that we know of and everything that we can see and everything that we could ever find out. All of it in this universe is created by God. And we said that God also created angels made of light, some of them having wings and beautiful natures. They do not have genders and they do not have free will. They obey the commandments of their Lord Most High and do as they are commanded. They are servants of the Lord, angels of the Lord. And we said there is also another form of creation called the jinn, or races that were created prior to man. They are described as being made of smokeless fire. Whether that exactly means energy, plasma, electricity, or some form of thing that we are not comprehending based on our creation. And we said that our creation is Adam, made of mud and clay of the earth, and that God breathed life into Adam, a soul, and all of the sons of Adam live and die. As all God's creations live and die, nothing is everlasting except for, of course, the Lord Most High. But we're continuing to tell this story in a strange way, in a way that has never been heard of before in the English language. And so it's such a surprising moment for me as I'm starting to get to the end of the story. I'm starting to get a little excited myself, because we're saying that on the earth as we know it, the story that you are hearing in English of the truth has never before been told. And so for the first time, if you're listening to this, I'm hoping that somebody is listening or watching this video and that the truth is being disseminated. And if you're watching or listening to this video, then download it or save it or do whatever you can to protect it. Because like we said, the concepts that we're talking about here are so deep and impressive that they are not just explaining some of the questions of mankind, they're explaining all of the questions of mankind. And if you haven't really been paying attention and understanding what's been going on in the world, please go back and listen to the story again and have an open mind. And remember that always what we're doing as sons of Adam is searching for the truth. And the truth of the Lord is the only way to describe the Lord is not in any image or statue or symbol or any other kind of picture or icon that we could ever imagine. The Lord Most High is greater and more noble and majestic than anything that the mind could perceive or the hands could create or the thoughts could ever possibly imagine. The only way for us to ever truly describe the Lord Most High, the one true God, as we say in Arabic, Allah, which just means the God as an Arabic term, is to describe him as nur, or light. And so we've continued to tell this story as the way it should be told, as all bearers of the light or the truth have always told, as a tale about light versus darkness. And we said that all of this has been written and is by the plan and the will of the Lord, and that there will be prophets in succession telling you the word and giving you the truth of the light, and that the final messenger was the Prophet Muhammad, Peace and blessings be upon him. And the signs and the symbols for his truth we have already elucidated. And like I said, there is so much information. So if you want to read upon yourself, now is the time for you to understand that it is open for you, the story, and for you to figure out all of the answers that we have been discussing and all of the mysteries of the dark. But just so that we remind everybody where we were in the story, we were saying that this is a battle between light versus darkness. And we have said that at some point to the human race, God must send a final messenger. And the message must be so clear and so evident. And the statement of truth must always be the same as we've talked about. And the sign that the last messenger has come must be embedded in that knowledge. And the rituals of practice that they do must indicate the signs of the story that I have shared with you. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this, you know so much right now that I am scared for you and humbled that I have been blessed to share this with you. Hallowed is the name of the Lord only. I am just, as I said, a son of Adam. But as all sons of Adam, we are reminded of the truth in this battle that Adam told us we are at war with the other races. Don't ever forget it, although his children, as our children, as all of us are the children of Adam, cannot see the unseen world. And all of the prophets have tried to remind us of this truth. And we've talked about some of the natures of the jinn. But we got to a point in this story that we said that the seal of the prophethood and the message is there. And the signs in the story are there that we are getting a prophet for all of mankind. A prophet whose name is known and his book will be preserved and whose language will be in existence till the end of days. A word that is memorized and preserved all over the earth. A prophet who comes finally, if it is to be the last prophet, with a message that says what? Once and for all, there is only one God. Once and for all, let it be known that there were prophets, and this is the last prophet. His name was Muhammad. Once and for all, let it be known that all of the earth is holy, and that anyone can bow their head, humbling themselves to the Lord Most High, anywhere on this holy earth. A blessing to the final messenger, but an indication for every single one of the children of Adam that the story is coming to an end, and it is about the children of Adam, all of us, all of the sons of Adam, not just any one particular group, and that the message of Islam is what? Islam means the story of those who accepted the truth of the light, that there is only one God, and understand the whole story in the chain. And those who call themselves Muslims are not a political party or a country or from any tribe or nation, but they are those who say we understand the truth of the light from any of the sons of Adam. And we have continued to describe this as a battle versus light and darkness, and we have said the leader of the other races is Satan, Lucifer, called Lucifer because he had the light more than any other of God's creatures before the creation of Adam. But in his arrogance, the story began and the war began. And so light versus darkness continues to occur. And we said at the end of the last section something amazing that no one has ever told you before. That the seal of the prophets was given a gift and a blessing and a miracle that is greater and more incredible than anything that has ever been told to you. Ladies and gentlemen, I will repeat it because you thought you heard it and maybe you were mistaken. The final messenger, Muhammad, was told and taught very clearly that you are the messenger for all of mankind. For that we have established. But then he was also informed what most people don't even understand from those who call themselves Muslims or anyone else. So listen to the story. He was told that you are the final bearer of the truth of the Lord Most High to all of the other races. As we said from the beginning of the story, it must be proved that the human race is the superior of all of the races. Remember, I challenged you. This story is going to be so great and magnificent, and so intricate and detailed, that if it be anything other than the truth, it wouldn't make sense. If it be anything other than the truth, it wouldn't make sense.